graduate student at the UF IFAS Tropical Research and Education Center, working on hemp nutrient management. Today we'll be talking about how we determine plant nutrition. Plants require several different nutrients to grow and function properly. Some of these nutrients, like nitrogen, are needed in higher concentrations than others to maintain physiological processes like photosynthesis.
Inside the plant cell, chloroplasts are the cell organelle involved in photosynthesis, and they contain a pigment known as chlorophyll. These molecules play a huge role in the plant's ability to absorb solar energy from the sun and use it to produce sugars in photosynthesis. One molecule of chlorophyll has 4 atoms of nitrogen. Therefore, it's important for plants to have the right amount of nitrogen to grow. Farmers provide fertilizers to plants to satisfy their nutrient requirements. The crop nutrient requirement is the amount of fertilizer element to apply to a specific crop for optimal growth and productivity. Crop nutrient requirements for nitrogen are established by performing experiments with different application rates of nitrogen and then comparing that to the crop's corresponding percent yield.
The comparison can be visualized in a graph known as a nitrogen yield response curve. This figure is a typical nitrogen response curve, a hypothesis for how we expect plants to respond in a fertilizer experiment. We've broken the curve down into different sections. In section A, with lower fertilizer rates, this would be considered the deficient part of the curve, where the plants aren't receiving enough nutrients for optimal growth and productivity, and you may see plants displaying symptoms of nitrogen deficiency. In the middle section of the curve, with the peak, is where the ideal amount of fertilizer for the crop leads to the highest percent yield and productivity. As we continue along the curve, the next section represents an area of excessive uptake or luxury, where you're applying more fertilizer than necessary, but your plants aren't expressing any negative effects yet. The last section represents the area with too much nitrogen, leading to toxicity, where your plants are receiving way too much fertilizer and they start to experience stress and declines in growth and productivity. To summarize, it's important for farmers to apply nitrogen to their crops at the optimal level. Not only does this satisfy the needs of the plants, but it also helps prevent us from spending more money than necessary on expensive fertilizers and causing environmental harm from over-fertilization. The cost of fertilizer and leaching of excess fertilizer are additional factors to consider when developing a crop nutrient management.